What's happening sound? Radio, that's where it is. The global beat, a local news. Music, sports, and entertainment. All of the action can be found on radio. So what's happening sound? This is what's happening sound. Radio, that's where it is. Community activity. Charming people shoot the dream. Get your spirits off the ground. Radio, so what's happening sound. Weather, traffic, household guests, the happy beat of the action sound. What's happening gets around on radio. So what's happening sound.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good evening and welcome back to Void 1680 AM. I am, as always, your program director, coming at you on a warm Sunday night in Dallas, Texas. If you're new to the program and wondering what's going on here, I'll tell you. We here at Void 1680 AM routinely rebroadcast shows from our affiliate networks. What that means for you is fresh playlists, fresh DJs, fresh callers, fresh points of view, delivered on a regular basis. If you're following along on YouTube and that sounds fine by you, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We always give ample notification of all upcoming shows. In fact, we've already got next week's scheduled. If you'd like to become an affiliate yourself, check the show notes for a link to Void 1680 AM, which includes complete instructions for setting up your radio station, building playlists, fielding callers, and of course submitting your show for a broadcast just like this one. We don't require you to submit your show for broadcast, but I do recommend it, because you never know who needs to hear what it is you have to say. Finally, those show notes also contain a link to the Void 1680 AM Discord for all current and aspiring DJs. Come on in, expand on the lore of your favorite stations and DJs, swap music recommendations, or just hang out with some chill folks. It's pretty relaxed in there, and we'd love to have you. Now, for tonight's show. I like to say our affiliates come from all four corners of the globe and points beyond, and tonight's definitely qualifies as points beyond, but also not quite. DJ Corsac is coming to us from XEOF, the Last Tower Radio in the flooded ruins of Mexico City. So, unless I missed something in the news today, I don't think that's our Mexico City. And that's not all that's different about DJ Corsac's world. He alludes to something called the Bad Year. And as to the details of the Bad Year, well, I'll leave that to DJ Corsac himself to explain. But lest you think tonight is a downer, it's not. DJ Corsac and his playlist are bringing some comfort, some hope, something to rebuild to. So, without further ado, take it away, DJ.
Hello folks, welcome to XEOF AM, the Last Tower Radio, transmitting good news or good vibes all the way through sunset. I'm your host, DJ Corsac, broadcasting loud and clear amongst the waves in what used to be beautiful Mexico City. Now, keen-eared listeners amongst you might have realized that I'm not your usual host. You see, as of, I want to say last week, DJ Fennec and the rest of the team from our happy little station have started their journey inland and north, in search for what we hope will be a better life. As the most recent nuclear winter caused by the bad year starts to fade away, and our memory of spring becomes more real by the day, it was time to move on. Time to pack everything we cared about in a boat and to test our luck somewhere else. But of course, that would mean abandoning everything that we've built here. Abandoning you. And as eager as I am to see what has become of the world with my very own eyes, I thought I should stay behind and hold the fort, even if just for a little bit longer. So here I am, And hopefully, here I'll stay, sharing our little victories and trying to offer some company to our not so little struggles. As usual, we have a list of news and announcements from around the globe, but I believe it can wait. What do you say if we try to get over the awkwardness of having a new voice talking to you in this quiet night? Maybe it's a little obvious, but this is my first time behind the microphone, and as eloquent as I believe myself to be, I feel myself stumbling over my words over and over again. So, here's the deal. I have an icebreaker for you. Here is a song that, while I'm sure it's not as scandalous as it feels in my mind, still is one that I wouldn't usually be playing out loud, but there's a first time for everything. So, for you, this is Sometimes a Fantasy by Billy Joel, only on XEOF AM, the last hour radio.
It's awful hard to try to make love long distance, but I really needed stimulation, though it was only my imagination. It's just a fantasy, it's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy, it's not the real thing. Sometimes a fantasy is all you need. Why does it only seem to hit me in the middle of the night? You told me there's a number I can always dial for assistance. I don't wanna deal with outside action. Only you can give me satisfaction. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. Sometimes a fantasy is all you need. Sure, it'd be better if I had you here to hold me. You better, baby, but believe me, it's the next best thing. Sure, there's many times you wanted me to hear your secrets, but me and baby say the words that'll move me. Anytime you wanna tell them to me, it's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. Sometimes a fantasy is all you need. Just a fantasy. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real thing. It's not the real thing. It's just a fantasy. It's not the real You know what I think's really sad? I know how really sad you are. I'm probably gonna leave real soon. Just wanted to let you she walks away, I'm pretty sure I hear her say, adios, adios. I bet you think I don't know what that means. Adios, adios. I bet you think I don't know what that means. Rock and roll, rock and roll. You probably don't understand what I mean. Rock and roll, rock and roll. You probably don't understand what I mean. Au revoir, au revoir. You probably don't understand what I mean. Au revoir, au revoir. You probably don't even know what that means. She says that it's French, know what it means. Just thought I should let you know before I say au revoir. Long live the reckless and the brave. I don't think I wanna be saved. My song has not been sung, so long live us. Looking out at a town called Suburbia. Everybody's just fighting to fit in. Little rats running mazes, having babies. It's a vicious little world that we live in. Looking back at a life on the other side, I realized that I didn't fit in, didn't hate it, but I didn't quite relate it to my precious little world. So long live the reckless and the brave. I don't think I wanna be saved. My song has not been sung. And long live the fast times, so come what may. I don't think you'll ever be saved. Our song has not been sung. Long live us. Breaking out of the town called Suburbia, I remember everybody always saying, little brat must be crazy, never make it in our vicious little world. Still I'm leaving. Got a van, got a chance, got my dignity. Got a dream, got a spark, got somewhere to be. Take a breath, say goodbye to the precious little world. So long live the reckless and the brave. I don't think I wanna be saved. My song has not been sung. And long live the fast times, so come what may. I don't think you'll ever be saved. Our song has not been sung. Long live us. Long live us. Long live the reckless and the brave. I don't think I wanna be saved. My song has not been sung. Long live the reckless and the brave. I don't think I wanna be saved. My song has not been sung. And long live the fast times, so come what may. I don't think that I'll ever be saved. I know our song has not been sung. Long live us. Long live us.
That was All Time Low with The Reckless and the Brave. And before that, Au revoir, adios by the Front Bottoms. You know, I wasn't familiar with the Front Bottoms until, what, my second or third year in college? When my best friend at the time recommended them to me, saying that she was sure I would love them. She was right, even if our choices for their top song could not be more different. I haven't talked to her in a while, as it has happened to many of us in the aftermath of the bad year, of course. But if you're still out there listening, that song was for you. Anyway, let's move to today's news. Let me see. Okay, here we go. First of all, starting on a bright note, Argentina's Office of Agriculture has declared the fourth American blight as eradicated, which has offered the opportunity to start planting and harvesting corn for the first time in years. So, if any of our listeners find themselves near Buenos Aires and feel like lending a hand, you might just be the first in line for the return of tortillas and cornbread. And I have to tell you, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Moving on, we have 3 quick ones. Today marks the 7th month since the last sighting of kaiju in the Caribbean Sea, and several governments have reopened beaches and harbors for business and pleasure. I believe this is the return of swimsuit season, folks. Nice. On the other side of the world, the Australian Alliance of Survivors is preparing its latest, and hopefully last, assault on the demonic portal that appeared several years ago on Victor Harbour. As representatives from countless faiths rendezvous in Sydney, general sentiment is, and I quote, one of optimistic hope. Well, let's go show those demons what hell on earth really looks like. On a related note, but not really, the remnants of the Center for Disease Control have issued an alert for a new strain of the lycanthrope plague that has appeared within the borders of the former Republic of Brazil, while officials have labeled the outbreak as minor and, I quote again, not a threat to human civilization. Leaders of nations and survivor enclaves are urged to put in requests for shipments of the latest vaccine as to decisively limit the spread of the disease. Several sources within the... Oh, okay folks, give me a minute here. And there we go. Sorry about that, folks. Just a minor earthquake. I guess such are the perks of living in a skyscraper with its foundations several feet underwater. But maybe I'll take this as a sign that maybe it's time to move on to our first message of the day. So, radioing from the middle of the New Mexican Sea, DJ Fennec says, Corsac, glad to hear you're still doing alright. This is not what I had in mind when you said you want to stay behind to keep broadcasting. But, while this is not how I would be doing things, I have to admit that it suits you. Still, I cannot help but feel uneasy about how things ended between us back in the tower. You wanted to stay, we needed to leave. We spent so much time together, but goodbyes came just too easy to us. It was as if we knew we wouldn't be seeing each other again, and we're okay with it. I don't know. I just want to make sure that you know we miss you. Loneliness has never been easy for you. Hoping you stay strong, Fennec. Thanks for your wishes, DJ Fennec. I must admit that I am also not a fan of how definitive our parting moments felt, but I hope I get to see you all again someday. That's the word, folks. Hope. Hope that, as much as this world gets to change us, we might get to change it right back. I try to do my part by taking in stride whatever I don't get to fight against. So, hoping we don't have to welcome our new werewolf overlords anytime soon, here's Bear Ghost with 12 Years Howled, only on XEOF AM, the last tower radio.
1, 2, 3, 4! clothes. Last night must have been really tense, I can't recall its events, darn I say. Well that sucks, I must rush to find the one I lost. I trust it didn't cause a fuss, and then I can't believe what I read. It said all of my friends are dead, including her. I stall, I bawl, although I'm probably got a huddle to the funeral. Why baby you were so sweet, now all that's left of you are dead at defeat, yeah. It is I arrive, since I'm the only survivor. You mind if I say a few words? You look so good in the glow of the full moonlight. Oh babe, you still bring out the beast in me. I'm a werewolf, baby, yeah, you best be believing. Or if you don't, I want everybody screaming. On and on until the color of rose rose. Won't remember nothing once you're dead. my feet on solid ground. You were my late nights, wide-eyed minds, I blind my sight. You were my worst low. You were the best I've ever known. You were my long road. Why'd you bottle it up and let it get to that point? I'm not coming home tonight. Getting used to living life without you around. Without you around. Without you around. Exploded, exploded. That was a tough pill to swallow. Exploded, exploded. temper. All I remember is that you called me a piece of shit. Said you never wanna see my face again. You regret everything we ever did. You're obviously over it, so over it. So why do I still wake up 2 in the morning, cold sweat screaming your name? Why do I get drunk and look at your pictures? Why do I feel this way? Why do I do this to myself? And why do I even try? You don't, so baby, why do I? It's been 10 months and 20 days. I've been wondering the same damn thing. So why do I still wake up 2 in the morning, cold sweat screaming your name? Why do I get drunk and look at your pictures? Why do I feel this way? Why do I do this to myself? And why do I even try? You don't, so baby, why do I? Why do I? Baby, why do I? You don't, so baby, why?
That was Why Do I by Set It Off and Hatsune Miku. Before that, Rare Americans with Without You Around, here on XEOF AM, the last hour radio. Only a few years ago, even if it feels like a lifetime ago, I wasn't really a fan of Miku. My friends loved her, of course, and while I didn't get the appeal, I just shrugged it off as something else I would never understand. Imagine my surprise when one of my favorite bands, Set It Off, re-released one of their best songs from their most recent album as a collaboration with her. This song remains a favorite of mine, and an exception to my indifference towards the whole Vocaloid phenomena. I gotta say, sometimes I can be very wrong about stuff, and sometimes I'm very happy about it. Well, on to our next message. Faxing us through our dedicated landline all the way from the North American wilderness, Nick_B writes, "Hello, DJ Corsac. Thank you for the songs. They are not quite my cup of tea, but I appreciate the energy. And I appreciate the comment, Nick. I was sad to hear about your friend, and I hope you find her soon. In that regard, I want to share some good news for a change. Sometime back, about halfway through the bad year, when the machine of pricing finally hit Quebec, my family was forced to run for the hills. I was able to take my kids and grandkids with me, some others from my immediate family, but there were so many people that I never thought I would ever see again. At least until yesterday, when we finally returned to the city and rejoined with the survivor group there. I cannot count how many familiar faces I have found in the crowds. Cousins, neighbors, co-workers. I'm so happy. I feel so relieved. It's as if they were coming back from the dead. So never give up. Who knows? You may just be about to find the people you are looking for." Thanks for your words, Nick. I'm sure many of us hope to find ourselves in your situation further down the road. The thing about roads is that they sometimes can feel long, lonely. If that is your case, dear listeners, let me try to offer you some company in these trying times with a song that never fails to remind me of the best summer of my life. Only for you, Banks by Lincoln, here on XEOF AM, the last hour radio.
Mile marker 27 says we're on the way to heaven, and I smile at the passenger seat. 40 miles from Chicago, there is snow on the windshield, and you're downtown dragging your feet. Now I'm circling the block around Union Central Station, and there are bullets flying into the car. It's the same as it's always been. It's the same as it's always been. 200 miles from Chicago, there is blood on the windshield, and I am reeling as you gather your things. I said I don't know what to do anymore, as if I knew what to do before. I can fuck up almost anything. I don't think of sticks and rocks I find in the backyard behind the house you grew up in loving memory of all our non-conformity. I wanna sing you a signal that reaches only the ears of young disenfranchised straight white boys, because that would feel normal, and none of this does. I don't think that I would exactly call it love, but it's stripping down my consciousness as you're slipping down my lungs. Save it for a rainy day, and maybe then you'll see I am like the earth, old man. There's no way around me. But even in my dreams, I still don't know the difference between what it is I want and what it is I need. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you survive, and I wanna see both of us prospering and thriving separately. I want the catharsis of knowing something bad's about to happen, but also knowing that I can't do anything about it, because your new house just don't shine quite like the one you grew up and used to. I wanna come and visit. I wanna see this through, but I never will, because you're just not what I need, and I am just not what you want. No, you're in everyone I need. And we'll say fuck the banks, but we'll still use them every day. And when we fight amongst ourselves, banks will say, okay, have you been spending all your capital on causes you deem just? You keep doing what you can, we'll keep doing what we must. So despite what you have learned in songs for which you take a bullet, you won't find objective truth in a final rhyming couplet, a couplet, a couplet, a couplet.
Give me your hands, show me the door. I cannot stand to wait anymore. Somebody said, be what you be. We could be old and cold and dead on the sea. But I love you more than words can say. Well, I can't count the reasons I should stay. Give me some rope, time in a dream. Give me the hope to run out of steam. Somebody said it could be here. We could be roped up, tied up, dead in a year. I can't count just let you walk away, just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here taking every breath with you, ooh, you're the only one who really knew me at all. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause we've shared the laughter and the pain, and even shared the tears. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just the memory of your face. Oh, take a look at me now. There's just an empty space, and you coming back to me is against the odds, and that's what I've got to face. I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Now take a look at me now. 'Cause there's just an empty space, but to wait for you is all I can do, and that's what I've gotta face. Take a good look at me now, 'cause I'll still be standing here, and you coming back to me is against all odds. It's the chance I've gotta take. Take a look at me now.
These last two songs were At Least It Was Here by the 88 and Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now by Phil Collins, here on XEOF AM, the last hour radio. As it probably happens with most of us, I inherited most of my musical taste from my parents, either by singing at the top of my lungs along with their playlists, or rummaging through their collection of physical releases. It was that way how I found this pretty little shiny compilation of Phil Collins' greatest hits that, unbeknownst to my 12-year-old self, would eventually help me to get through some hard times and, well, a breakup or two. Roads, people, we don't always know where they will take us. Let's move on to our next message, shall we? So, okay. Texting us from Madrid, Alba Torres writes, "Hi, great music, DJ Corsac." Well, thank you. I do my best. I have a question. Are you really all alone in that tower? Did no one offer to stay behind with you? I only ask because I think I would feel really sad if it were me, and I wanted to make sure if you were okay. I am in a similar situation, I guess. My neighborhood has barricaded inside a government building to wait out the last stretch of that summer, and, well, I'm not sure if I would be able to stand the horrible noises coming from outside if it wasn't for Sophia. She's everything to me. and probably the only reason I'll stay strong until we're out of the woods. They all should have someone like that. Please, take care. Thank you for your concern, Alba. I assure you that I'm fine, as good as I can be. You see, I agree with you. We all need someone in our corner. I cannot count the number of times I would not have made it out without the people around me. Now, some of them are no longer with us, or no longer with me. But I carry their memory, and it gets me through the night. It gets me through every night. So that's why I try to be for others. People like you or Nick from earlier have found a place of peace, relatively speaking. But others may not be so lucky. Others may still be making their way home. And until they find their place in the arms of their loved ones, well, they'll have my voice. I know it's not the prettiest one, but I hope it's better than nothing at all. Okay, folks, this broadcast is almost over. If you wish to unload something of your chest tonight, consider this your last call. In the meantime, how about some more music? Sometimes, dawn does not bring solace. Sometimes, first light only reminds us of the struggles that we have endured in the dark. But if you are still here, if your heart is still beating, there will always be a chance for you to make it through. For Alba and Sophia, to distract you from the noise of the living death, here is Bayside with the enemy lines, only on XEOF AM, the last hour radio. Let's go.
You say you're happy, but you look so sad. Did you think I would keep this bitter tough behind crooked teeth and angry gums? Now you're up
That was My Chemical Romance with Save Yourself or Hold Them Back. Before them, Spanish love songs with Brave Faces, everyone, here on XEOF AM, the last hour radio. Back in the day, I used to say that I didn't like My Chemical Romance's Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. It was an album that just didn't call to me the same way that The Black Parade or 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge did. I was young, well, younger, and wanted disaster, heartbreak, to feel like my little struggles were worthy of the despair I could feel inside my chest, burning. Now, after, well, fuck, what hasn't happened? I've grown to appreciate it quite a bit more. Having lived through the end of the world, I'm being awfully honest when I say that I'm eager to see what comes next. So, dear listeners, if you can spare a moment after this is over and I'm gone, give Danger Days a spin for me. Maybe sing Bulletproof Heart or Summertime to the Rising Sun and revel in the fact that you are still here. For our last message, leaving a voicemail all the way from sunny Antarctica, Callum Bennett says, "Hey, I hear what you're saying, but it is difficult to live on hope alone. I was away from home on an internship when the bad year struck. I lived, my family did too, but I might never get to see them again. They are all the way over in York while I'm struggling to keep my camp above water over here. Even if by some miracle I manage to make my way up back to them, their wyvern infestation has not been dealt with yet. Some days I think it would be easier just to imagine they are not out there. It wouldn't make me feel better, but it would stop making me feel worse. I don't know. I don't want to keep living the rest of my life this bummed out, but I don't know if I'm strong enough to do otherwise." I hear you too, Callum, and believe me, that's the hard part. I think that you are looking for something that I just cannot give you. I could tell you that everything will be alright and, well, it doesn't make it so. You could make it so. This always pains me to say, but I don't think we'll ever go back to the way things were before. It's like putting a cake in the oven. We are changed. The world has changed. That does not mean there is nothing for us in it anymore. And most of the time it is not about being strong or brave or extraordinary. Sometimes it's just about not being afraid to keep on living. Being sad, being angry, being desolate. If that is how we win all these battles, well, I say we let the tears flow. But remember, as everything, this will pass. This moment will not last forever. I've read once that there is a bestiary that has an entry on dragons that is not very informative, but that means everything to me. It reads, "It is difficult to defeat a dragon, but one must try." Our moments of despair, our moments of defiance, they are all that matters in the end. Good luck, Callum, and good luck to us all. Okay, that's it, folks. Morning has come, tides are changing, and I should probably head to bed. If you want to contact me, you can do so on this frequency during the off hours, or our landline, or through the DJ network, searching for DJ Corsac. I may not have the time or resources to answer to everybody, but I'm always listening. We'll get through this. I'm sure of it. This has been DJ Corsac for XEOF AM, the last hour radio. Signing off. Keep on keeping on.